Ever walked into airport security and thought, wait, where's the line? Where's the TSA guy? Yeah, same. In 2025, TSA checkpoints are getting a tech makeover. Some lanes look like Apple stores. Others, still stuck in 2009. You've got bins that glide on their own, scanners that don't need you to unpack a thing, and kiosks that check your ID with your face. But here's the catch. None of it works the same way in every airport, or even every lane. So before your next flight, let's walk through everything that's new and what you need to know to not get stuck holding up the line. Or worse, missing your flight. You've probably seen them, or at least heard about them. Those sleek new security lanes where bins glide back and forth like they're on autopilot. These are TSA's automated screening lanes, or ASLs. And while they definitely look like the future, the truth is, you'll only find them at a small number of airports across the country right now. So, how do they work? Instead of standing in a long single-file line and waiting your turn, you just walk up to any open station, usually 4 or 5 per lane. You grab a bin from under the counter, load your stuff, and give it a push. Each bin is tagged with RFID, which means if something inside needs a closer look, the system pulls it aside without holding up the people behind you. And once the bin is empty, it rolls back automatically on a motorized belt, ready for the next person. That alone cuts down a ton of clutter and gives TSA officers one less thing to worry about. When it works, it's smooth. Some airports even report processing times up to 40% faster than the old lanes. But let's be real, tech doesn't always run like clockwork. At Austin Bergstrom, one traveler with pre-checks said the whole thing took longer than usual, about 10 extra minutes. No crowds, no chaos, just slow-moving belts and reportedly some construction in the background. And if you're using more than one bin, say, one for your backpack and one for your laptop, they don't always stick together. Other people's bins can slide in between, leaving you standing at the end of the belt wondering, where's my laptop? Oh, and just because it's called automated doesn't mean you're off the hook. You still need to remove electronics bigger than a phone. You still have to separate out liquids. And unless you're pre-check, yep, shoes off. The real upgrade isn't in what you do, it's in how TSA moves things behind the scenes. Out of over 430 commercial airports TSA manages, only about 20 to 25 currently have these automated lanes. That's less than 5%. So unless you're at a major hub like ATL or JFK, odds are you'll still be in a traditional lane. So what's the move? If you see one of these lanes, great, it's a nice upgrade. But it doesn't replace preparation. Make sure your laptop and liquids are easy to grab. Don't bury them. Avoid stacking items that need to be screened separately. And if you're using more than one bin, keep it simple. Consolidate if you can. Fewer bins means fewer chances your stuff gets split up. TSA is putting their chips on tech, but how fast you get through still depends on how ready you are. Imagine showing up at the airport and not having anyone tell you what to do. No TSA officer waving you forward, no one reminding you to take off your shoes or pull out your laptop. You walk up to a kiosk, scan your own ID, step into a scanner, and move on. That's what TSA's self-screening lanes are all about. A bold experiment in putting control back in travelers' hands. Right now, these lanes are still in the testing phase. You'll only find them at a few places like Harry Reid International in Las Vegas, Baltimore Washington International, and possibly Reagan National. And for now, they're just for TSA pre-check passengers. Here's how it works. You walk up to any open self-screening station. There's no single file line. A screen guides you through each step. You scan your ID or boarding pass, and if you opt in, you might even be verified with facial recognition. But that's completely optional. You can always choose to verify manually. Then it's time to load your stuff. You grab a bin from underneath the station, just like in the traditional lanes, and place your bag and personal items inside. If you've got pre-check, you can leave your laptop and liquids in the bag, just like usual. If TSA ever expands testing to non-pre-check travelers, those folks might need to remove them. Once you push your bin onto the belt, you'll step into a clear booth for a full-body scan. The screen shows a visual of your body. Green if all's good, red if something needs a second look. It could be something small like a belt buckle, coins in your pocket, or even a bulky piece of clothing. If that happens, you remove the item and scan again. If you get stuck, there's a help button that connects you directly to a nearby TSA officer. So what do travelers think? When it goes smoothly, it's fast. Some flyers have said it cuts their wait time compared to even pre-check lanes. It feels more private, more efficient, and definitely more modern. One person even said it felt like playing a video game. Fix the issue, move on. TSA officers are still nearby, but they don't intervene unless absolutely necessary. But not everyone's loving it. Some travelers have been flagged multiple times for tiny items, like a metal hair clip or a fold in their jeans. And when that happens, it slows you down. If the system has a glitch, like a kiosk freezing or the belt jamming, you could be stuck until someone resets it. At least once in Vegas, the entire self-screening setup reportedly had to be shut down for an hour and switched back to regular lanes. So what's the bottom line? If you're a frequent flyer with pre-check, you're tech-savvy, and you like your independence, this might feel like the future you've been waiting for. It's sleek, efficient, and hands-off if you're ready for it. But if you're flying with kids, you've got special gear, or you're just more comfortable having help nearby, the traditional lane might be a better fit. TSA's still watching and learning. These trials are about more than just speed. They're measuring how real people adapt, and whether this becomes the new normal depends on one thing: how well travelers handle it. So if you get the chance to try it, go in prepared, stay calm, and follow the prompts. Who knows? You might never want to go back. Let's talk about TSA's next big move: DIY security with facial recognition. Forget handing your ID to an agent. Now you walk up to a high-tech kiosk, scan your ID, look into the camera, and boom, your face is matched with your photo. No small talk, no awkward stares, just you checking yourself in like it's 2030. And yes, it's fast. Some travelers say the whole process can be 30% quicker than the old way. If it works smoothly, you'll get through security before your coffee order's ready. But here's the thing: not every airport has this. Right now, it's only available at select locations like LAX, Atlanta, Baltimore, Dallas, and a few others. So unless you're flying through a major hub, you might not run into this just yet. And when you do, it only works if you're ready for it. On Reddit, a few travelers said the system didn't recognize their face the first time, which led to delays and TSA staff having to step in. So yeah, it's slick when it works, but clunky when it doesn't. And for those worried about privacy, that's totally valid. TSA says facial recognition is 100% optional. You can always opt out and ask for a regular ID check. No delay, no judgment. TSA says the match accuracy is extremely high, sometimes even better than human agents. And no, they're not keeping a secret folder of your selfies. Photos are deleted after verification, unless you're in a limited pilot program. Even major outlets like Time Magazine and the Wall Street Journal have raised red flags. Your face is being scanned, and that data is processed, which some fear could be misused or leaked. And honestly, that fear isn't coming out of nowhere. Back in 2019, a CBP contractor got hacked, leaking over 100,000 face images from a border checkpoint pilot. That wasn't TSA, but they operate under the same umbrella. So yeah, not everyone's jumping in with open arms, and it's okay to have second thoughts. So if you're comfortable with the tech, great. You'll probably shave some time off your journey. But if you're not, the regular line is still there. No pressure, no problem. Sometimes, those few extra seconds are worth the peace of mind. Let's talk about one of TSA's slickest upgrades. Your phone is now your ID. Seriously. You can store your driver's license, or even your passport, right inside Apple Wallet or Google Wallet. So when you hit security, instead of digging through your bag or patting down every pocket, you just pull out your phone, tap it at the reader, confirm it's you with Face ID or Touch ID, and keep it moving. It works a lot like Apple Pay, but instead of buying coffee, you're buying time. Sounds seamless? In many ways, it is. No more awkward moments where a TSA officer squints at your faded plastic ID from 10 years ago. No more, oh no, I left my wallet at home panic. Just a clean scan and you're through. But before you get too excited, there's some fine print. As of now, only a handful of US states officially support digital IDs for TSA use: Arizona, Colorado, Georgia, and Maryland. and it's only working at select TSA checkpoints in airports like Phoenix, Denver, DEN, Dallas-Fort Worth, DFW, Baltimore, Washington, BWI, and a few others. That's it. So yeah, don't leave your physical ID at home just yet. Even in supported airports, some officers might still ask to see your physical copy, especially if the system hiccups or the lane isn't equipped. And if you're new to this, don't stress. The system guides you step by step. Just make sure your phone is updated, your digital ID is added to your wallet app, and your battery isn't on 1%. TSA will prompt you through the process. It's surprisingly easy, even for tech skeptics. That said, there's still a conversation around privacy. The ACLU has raised concerns. Who sees your data? How long is it stored? What happens if an officer asks to hold your phone? Could they access more than just your ID? TSA says the tech is encrypted and secure, but there's no standard timeline yet on when or if your data gets deleted after use. So, should you use it? If your state and airport support it and you're into smoother check-ins, go for it. Just make sure to double-check the info right at the link showing on your screen before you fly. And always keep your physical ID as a backup, just in case. Because yes, the future of identification may live on your phone, but your privacy and peace of mind, those still travel best in your own hands. Let's talk about those new TSA scanners that look like a UFO landed at the checkpoint. Sleek, silent, kind of mysterious, and packed with power. These are CT scanners. Not the medical kind, but pretty close. Instead of a flat X-ray image like the old machines, CT scanners build a full 3D model of your bag. Officers can rotate, zoom in, and digitally peel back layers, like they're virtually digging through your stuff without touching a thing. Now here's why travelers love them. When these machines run in full mode, you don't have to unpack. Laptops? Stay in. Liquids? Yep, even those small bottles can remain tucked inside. The screening is faster, smoother, and way less annoying. Most scanners aren't running at full mode yet. Even if you spot one of these shiny machines, don't assume you're in the clear. In most airports, they're still operating in what's called basic mode. That means the rules haven't changed. You still need to pull out electronics, follow the 3-1-1 liquid rule, and do the usual unpack and repack dance. Why? It's not about the machine, it's about the setup. TSA only activates full functionality when that lane has trained staff and the checkpoint has officially adopted the updated screening protocol. And because they're upgrading lane by lane, not airport by airport, it's a bit of a lottery. One lane might let you fly through with everything zipped, while the next one still makes you unpack your toothbrush and tablet. So what should you do? Pack like it's the old system. If you get lucky and they say, leave it all in, congrats. You just won the TSA jackpot. But don't count on it every time. The future of airport screening is here. But until every lane's caught up, it's arriving one bin at a time. Let's fast forward a bit. You've gone through a self-screening lane. You checked yourself in with facial recognition. Your ID? Stored on your phone. So here's the question. If the system already knows who you are, do we even need boarding passes anymore? Well, according to the folks at the UN's Aviation Agency, maybe not for long. They're working on a complete overhaul of how we travel. Instead of juggling a boarding pass, passport, and phone separately, you'll just download something called a Journey Pass. It's a dynamic travel credential that lives on your phone and updates automatically. Gate changes, boarding time, even rebooking if you miss a flight. Think of it like Amazon tracking, but for your entire airport experience. Under this system, you won't even need to check in. You show up at the airport, scan your face at security, and your airline gets notified that you're ready to fly. No check-in kiosk, no QR code, no rush to screenshot your boarding pass. You just show up. Big names in travel tech, like Amadeus, are calling this the most significant upgrade since paper tickets went digital 20 years ago. And if everything rolls out as planned, this could be our new normal in the next few years. But don't delete your airline app just yet. These systems will take time to build, and for now, it's still a mix of old and new. Some airports are testing it, others aren't even close. So yes, the future is coming, just not all at once. One face, one phone, one pass. No more printing, no more fumbling, just fly. It sounds like the future, And it is. From digital IDs to journey passes, air travel is being reinvented. Not someday, not eventually. It's already happening. So next time you head to the airport, just remember, the future of flying isn't coming. It's taxiing to the gate. And that's your 2025 TSA upgrade cheat sheet. From bins that move themselves to lanes that scan your face, air travel's changing fast, and knowing the system is half the battle. If this helped you feel more ready for takeoff, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment with your TSA horror or success story, and don't forget to subscribe for more travel smarts coming your way. Thanks for watching, and may your next airport line actually move.